Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel La Fraise. I'm Noémie, I'm a student in costume making here in Brussels, and this is a new month. Stop hitting me with your fluffy tail! Unrelated to anything, but I have cut my hair since being back from Japan. It feels really good. I think my hair has suffered a bit from the pool routine, so it feels very nice to have it nice and soft. Can't stop touching it. What I want to talk about is actually an app, which is a focus app, and it's Focus Friend, and it's an app made by Hank Green, which you probably know of, much bigger than me on YouTube. So the app looks like this. Look, my bean has only one thing in its house, and it's that little basket of dirty laundry, but we're working on it. I have been making socks, I'll explain in a second, but I haven't been buying a lot of things now. Focus Friend is a bean that you have on your phone, and when you want to focus, you put the bean to knit, and then it knits for a while, and if you pick up your phone and you want to go on Instagram or anything, the bean drops its stitches and all the knitting is lost and the bean is sad, and works really well. I will link in the description the video that John Green made about this app. It's watching this video that really convinced me I wanted to have it, even though my issue with my phone is not so much focus in that way. Like I do tend to be able to focus quite well on my task. It's more that I pick up my phone all the time, like constantly, but that's not when I'm working so much as soon as there's an empty moment, you know, as soon as something is loading and I have to wait, or if I'm brushing my teeth, God knows, like it doesn't really resolve my addiction issues with my phone. But I have to say, really lovely app. John explains in his video, but it doesn't keep any of your data. You don't have to create an account, not even a free account. Like the app is free, but you don't have to give any email. Just felt very good, very wholesome app, and I'm just so happy that apps like this are still being made. My second recommendation is The Closet Historian. She's currently started a dangerous drafting series. Seeing her videos coming out, I think they're brilliant and really well done. She has a really fun tone, like really dark and dry humor that I really enjoy. You can see plenty of her cats in the videos. So if you are interested in pattern drafting and she's not on your radar yet, this new series she's making should definitely be pushed to the front of your to-watch list, because I think it's going to be a really good one and a really good resource to learn pattern drafting. Otherwise, one of you asked for an update on my pattern collection, so I thought I'd show you where we are at. First, just want to show you, I have moved some of my stash closer to me, so I don't have 10 stashes everywhere. So this is fabric for kinky boots, this is my jersey scraps, this is my knitting, this is sewing, but most of it is around here. There's a little bit still in my bedroom closet. That's my lycra for like swimwear and stuff, and my underwear materials there in the bedroom as well. But all the rest is here. So we progressing well, and the patterns have moved. Here we are. Here is where my patterns have gone. So this is my video camera equipment. This is my watercolor stuff. This is extra patterns. This is my magazine patterns and everything. And these are my paper patterns. So the update for how I organize myself now that I have a projector is that I have gotten rid of a few patterns, but all of these I can't part with yet. Let me show my face a touch. So this is where they are. I do use my projector more than anything else at the moment, but all of my old patterns I still use as they are because they're already traced. So the Agustina, the linen tank top, by the way, several of you told me, and I already saw when I was linking to them, but the fabric store patterns are no longer free, which is kind of a shame because I've always kind of, pushed towards like the Agustina, the linen tank top from them that I really love, but they're no longer free. All that to say, I have a projector here in the drawer. I have my main stash here, stash of fabric. I have the sewing machine here, and I have the projector here. So everyone lives in the drawer, and now the paper patterns are hanging around there. So that's the current final space until I reorganize the room or whatever. But for now, that's what the organization is. Got rid of a few patterns, but kept most of them, like all of the ones I liked and considered remaking. I have a very random favorite I would like to talk to you guys about, and those are a wallet. So this is Francesca's old wallet and this is my old wallet and this is my new wallet. Francesca, I don't have hers here on hand, but it's she got the same model as me but in this colorway, so that's why I think it's fine if you don't see it, because it's basically the same. But I was like, I want to share this because my wallet is 13-year-old and this one is over 10-year-old. I'm not sure exactly its age, but old. And Francesca's wallet survived even better than mine because it was black, and that's a sensible color choice. Mine, you can see, has definitely, you can see where the button is. There's the mark from the button, and I mean, it has signs of wears from 13 years of good services. But this is a brand, this is my wallet. I just wanted to show you because for me, a wallet that lasts for 13 years is a gauge of a good product. But this is what it looked like from the inside. You'll see I chose one that has exactly the same inside because for me this was the perfect amount of cards to store in. But my previous one had 2 of those pockets here, and honestly, like in this day and age, you never have cash anymore, so I didn't need 2 of those. And then I had this that I used for my coins. This was useful. But then I had also this here, which was useless, the pocket here, useless, and the pocket here, useless. So those 3 pockets were really too much. So I wanted to simplify a bit from this one to have something that would be a bit smaller in my bag as well. And this colorway, I chose a while back. It's fine. I always liked red, but I also wanted a different colorway. This is Francesca's. She went for even bigger than me with many card slots, and she went for the black/rainbow. And this is the colorway she chose again, but to show you how big hers was, and she also downsized to the one now. And this was the coin compartment here. So also she was like, I don't need the like 3 pockets in the coin compartment. And she also had the double thing for the notes, which again, like no longer necessary. So the new one, so I have the coin pocket here, useful. This we didn't realize when buying it online because we didn't have a good view from the above. So we were first like, oh, what's this? But actually quite practical to put things in. A big pocket here at the top. So I put my driver's license because I have one of the old Belgian driver's license and they are massive and still on paper. And Francesca has like a train pass and everything in the big one here. Am I telling you exactly how to rob us? I mean, if you have a wallet anyway, like it's game over. Pocket, showed you this, and then when you open it, so this is the same, I think it's 1 fewer cards than what I had before. Yeah, it's one fewer cards than what I had before, but it's still totally fine and enough for me. And one improvement they have made is that now there's this hole here. So when you need to hand over your ID card, which is quite often, you know, you can just slide it up, because beforehand you had to like reach into the pocket and like pull your ID card up, and it was not very convenient. So I guess they understood that, and now you can just push it up and it comes up really easily. So that is great. There's also, yeah, those pockets here underneath. I have like my blood donor documentation here, and I have like my loyalty cards for stores here, and only 1 pocket here, 1 pocket here for notes. So really like it. I really like this colorway. For me, it was really like the beach, almost like the fact that it's blue, like the sea, and then like this, like the beach. I was hesitating with the lilac colorway, but in this wallet, the lilac was too dark, so not exactly the color I wanted. But so I thought I would just share the word. If you are in the market for a new wallet, I just find it very impressive in this day and age where everything is disposable. I really value a good quality product. Okay guys, we are back at the sewing machine. This is the first time since I'm back from Japan, and except for the tea towels I've done for friends, you will see the video with the Japanese fabric, not this Monday, but the next Monday. What I wanted to say was, after my total sewing hangover, it's time to go back to the machine, and I decided to ease back into sewing. I will do some repairs. I know it's not exciting for everyone, but it'll be fine for me. This is what I want to fix, and I also have my jersey scraps over there. If I have time, I'm considering making a new pair of shorts for Francesca, as you know, pajama shorts, because as you know, I made the ones I've made for her a bit too short, so she's been complaining about that. I'm not complaining. I don't mind them very short. But she'll still wear the ones I've made. It's just I was thinking making her an extra pair. She can always use an extra pair of pajama shorts, but it might need to be scrappy in the sense that I'm going to have to use different fabric. I'm just going to do an analysis of my jersey scraps and decide what I do. First thing first, let's tackle this pile, and I'm going to use the path of least resistance. That means start with the easiest stuff and move on from there, and also start with whatever is matching the thread I already have on my machine. And this one is the first one. My gosh, how many times did I fix this thing? Clearly, so last time you saw this, I was zigzagging. You can't even see actually. Zigzagging, here you can see. Zigzagging the edge because some bits were fraying, but I noticed that more was fraying, yet just here. I don't know if I need to re-zigzag at every wash or if I just need to bite the bullet and zigzag the whole thing. Maybe it's time to zigzag the whole thing. This way it's the last time I'm mending this thing. We're gonna start with that. I have my first Ghibli movie with me today. I've already started it while knitting my current knitting project, but I am about halfway through. So I'll put that on and fix this. 1, cancel what I said. I absolutely can't watch a movie while sewing. I'm missing the whole thing. 2, this is done. I hope it's the last time I'm fixing this one. 3, this pair of shorts, the grow grain has detached in here, so it's all bunched up here. And honestly, you have seen those shorts in my failures video, and the difference of fabric in the pocket really bothers me. I also never really liked them. I never really loved the shorts. They were my 12 for a pair of pants that I do like, but so I think I'm going to salvage the fabric and that'll be the end of those ones. What I will fix, those are my Persephone pants, and I find the pockets so annoying. They're here, but they're very small. It's too much at the front. They flap up all the time. So I'm actually going to sew the pocket shut and call it a day and just remove the pockets. I know it's a sacrilege to remove pockets from pants because I'll have no pockets at all in them. Or will I regret not having any pockets? Will I regret not having any pockets? Maybe that is too bold a move. Is that too bold? Are you yelling at me right now? Okay. I'm keeping them 1 more month and then I'll decide if I remove the pockets. So that's that. Quickly done. Next, this one I don't know what to do with. So this is a circle skirt I've done really at the start of my sewing journey. So the invisible zipper is everything but invisible. The fabric has started to rip here at the bottom and the hem isn't properly caught on everywhere. And I think I have a bit too many negative feelings about this skirt to really... I was considering just chopping it and making a new top out of this. Now I don't know. I think, this is terrible, but I think I'm going to just put it in my summer wardrobe box with a note to say, like, you need to decide what you do with this. I really don't want to work on it now, and I don't want to decide on its fate now when I have negative feelings about it. So let's call this one a for later problem. Okay, we're moving fast. Then I have... Okay, so the 3 projects I will do. 1, I have this skirt. This is the brunette skirt, and the pockets are also in a super, super annoying place. Here I will bite the bullet, and again, if I keep it... Oh, Noémie, if I'm keeping the pocket in the pants, I need to rethink about this. I need to think about this a bit more. I'm considering removing the pockets in here as well. Okay, wow, well, what a mending moment, like I'm doing nothing. I'm considering removing the pockets here, but I am chickening out and I need to think about it more. Okay, let's do this one then. This one is one of the t-shirts from my t-shirt series. It's way too long. I'm going to crop it to make it a little bit more comfortable, and I will do it. I'm coming back in a second with this cropped. Swapped for Mrs. Dalloway. Okay, that's much better. So I removed 10 centimeters plus the hem, so that's a total of 12 centimeters. You can kind of see a little bit the tension, but that generally leaves after the first wash when the thread really sinks into the fabric. So okay, much happier with this. It was worth doing. Okay, I feel a bit silly having chickened out of removing any pockets or fixing this, but I really don't have the energy, and I don't want to. I mean, one doesn't remove pockets lightly, like after you don't have pockets anymore. I don't share any of this so that you pity me, that's absolutely not the point, but as someone who really easily pushes myself too far, I think it would have done me good to see someone stopping when it's time to stop. So I'm going to show you just that it's fine to not overdo it. So you might also know about this. So I just want to move the button so that when the shorts are shut properly, the button is here. So I will just mark the new placement for the button. It's going to be there. Here we are. I'm going to remove the original button, move it, and that'll be this. And I think that's going to be all I do today. I'll move on to the knitting because it's not the day. This literally took 6 seconds, so really not worth waiting and, you know, trying to delay doing this. This was so quick. So now I'm going to finish the button by hand. What I do is that I get all of the threads behind the button, and then I'm going to kind of take the thread and circle them around the thread that are attaching the button, and then just make a knot. And I used to have, well, very old things. You can recognize them because I used to not do anything with my thread. I would just cut them and then hope for the best. And so all my old things, so bad, you can recognize them because they have little threads poking out literally the front of the button. It's very, very bad look. Now that I see how quick it is to fix, maybe it's time to go and fix those old ones. And then my latest things, I have just sent everything towards the back of the fabric and made a knot there, but then you still have the little knot visible. My newest things, here you are, I bring all of the threads here, and now I'm going to take one side to the other side and kind of like wrap them like this, and then do a couple of knots, and then that's it. And that is a super neat finish. I'm super happy since I do that. It's not more complicated than what I was doing before. It's more complicated than doing nothing, which is what I first used to do. So yeah, I'm happy I pushed a little bit because fixing this button, it's almost done, and it literally took no time, and it's going to make it so much nicer. So that was worth it. So I will finish this, and yay, I'm really happy that that those are fixed. I like Francesca to have nice things, as you know. And then I'll move on and I'll go knit a little bit. It's a project that I'm doing as a surprise for her, so I need to knit when Francesca is not at home. So it's a whole organization to get that knitting done. I'm doing it, guys. I'm back sewing, and this is my swimming pool bag. But look where my assistant's lying. So dangerous. Like if I move, I roll straight onto him because he is lying between two wheels. He's really trusting that this chair is not going to move. I have to say, it wouldn't be the first time that he gets rolled on, but apparently it doesn't learn that it's a dangerous place to lie in. I'm really hesitating which tag to choose. This one I like because it's perfectly in the color scheme and feel like it would make sense. But this one, because it's my swimming pool bag and I feel like it looks like this dog is just out of the pool, I feel like it's more fun. So I might go for the fun option and not the matching option. Is that really bad? What do we think? I mean, by the time you see this, it's too late. But I think I'm going to go for the dog, even though I know it's not the smart option. But it's a swimming pool bag. I have the right to have fun, right? I quickly wanted to share, we watched, Fran and I, The Quilters on Netflix. I have paid for 1 month of Netflix this month, so we kind of like watching everything that's interesting while we have the subscription. So we watched The Quilters. Hello. So we watched the quilters and it was really moving. It's a documentary that's only 30 minutes long, so it's really quickly watched. And it's about men in the US in a maximum security prison that are quilting during the day, so they have to be on good behavior. And if they don't have any write-ups or anything, they can go and quilt. And it's really beautiful. They quilt for children that are in the foster care, so it's extremely moving. You can see they really care about the quilt they're making and about the kids and everything. And you can see then they get cards, thank you cards from the kids, and it's all really beautiful. So the documentary was 30 minutes that were really beautiful, but at the same time it made me super depressed because state of the prisons in Belgium since 2 years, it's really bad. On the one hand, it was really heartwarming, and on the other hand, it made me super depressed about the world. But so I still wanted to recommend it if you have Netflix. I have a really important life questions to ask you guys. Do you also struggle to use your stickers? This is something, so I'm becoming less precious about the small ones I get with my notebook and the small stickers. I'm getting better at using, and I use them for my running plan. I have a printed running plan. I don't have an app or anything fancy, and I put stickers on my running plan when I have done my run. It's very enjoyable. That's perfect. Now, I have more precious stickers and I can't use those. This is terrible. So I just wanted to show you. I have a few stickers from Liz Taylor on my computer. I bought this computer, so it's refurbished computer, so it came with a big scratch here, and I thought I'd kind of cover the scratch with some stickers, and obviously it's Liz Taylor and it looks sewing related, so I'm very happy with that. But I don't want to have too many stickers on my computer. I like the little cluster and that's it. But in the stickers I'm struggling to use. So I have those beautiful Milo stickers that a friend made for me, and I have kind of spread them around. They're so old, they're becoming really orange. The color has been altering here because they're old. Not sure what I do with that, but aren't they brilliant and beautiful? But what do you do with this? I don't want to put sticker on my machine, for example, that doesn't feel right. And I have still 2 sheets, minus the 3 stickers I've put on my computer. 2 sheets of Liz Taylor sticker, which I absolutely love. And I really have the issue that I'm really the type of person, I need to save them for the right thing because they're so precious. But so it means I've had them for 2 years maybe, and I don't use them. What do I do with this? What is precious enough that I can justify using a sticker? I can't put those beautiful stickers on just my running plan that. Those are too beautiful. But I also don't want to put stickers on my phone, computer, sewing machine. So please help. I need support. And I also have one of my own stickers. I had printed all of them because I needed to test them, and I have given away quite a bit, but I had kept this one for myself. Francesca has also a little strawberry on her computer. But what do I do with this? Okay, so advice needed. I have a whole bunch of Milos. I have Liz Taylor. I have myself. What do I do with all of those stickers? Help, help, help. I need to not be a sticker hoarder. I feel like using them on my running plan, I was one step into hoarding a little bit less. So now I have a small pile instead of the huge pile I had beforehand, because I'm using lots of the smaller, low stakes ones. But what do I do with these? Help. And just tell me I'm not the only sticker hoarder around here. It's a common problem, right? It's not just me. Hello. I'm fresh out of the swimming pool, which is why I look a little bit, I don't know, still wet and probably have a bit of my goggle marks here. I come for a PSA, I come for a quick chat. Today I took the day really easy. I spent a chunk of Sunday at Kinky Boots rehearsals, and then yesterday I was at school, and then after school I was back at Kinky Boots. And normally in my planning I had planned to work on Kinky Boots today, but I was just happy to do something else. I was like, I'm going to sew for myself. Then I decided not to sew at all. I decided to knit, and it was glorious. I was really do what I want. I do what I want, and what I want to do is knit, and it felt absolutely beautiful. I feel like if you don't know where I am context-wise, you always can tell because you have whatever's on my couch as clues. So you can see all of the trench coats for Kinky Boots. If you know the show, it's for The Sex is in the Heel. So it's all trench coats that I need to make slits into. I was wondering if I was going to make proper ones, proper plackets like you do on a shirt cuff. Oh my god, Milo, you're sighing so hard. Your life is not so hard. Plackets like you do on a shirt cuff, but it would take so long. I have 6 slits on each trench and I have 6 trench. So it would be 36 slits to make. I think I'm going to do simply chopping them, a little bit of interfacing at the end, and then a bar tack, and call it a day and hope that they don't rip on stage. Am I worried? Yes, but at the same time, I guess it's going to go into rehearsal before it is on stage, and we're going to see. Otherwise, I got this back from holidays, like finally back from school. My beautiful suit bag. It's been a while, but at the same time, sorry Milo, I feel like we haven't been parted because I have so much of this fabric and I have been working with this fabric. So it doesn't feel like I have missed it that much. And to be honest, I have not even, oh, she emptied it. Oh, she took everything. Oh, I didn't realize that they took everything. So, okay, I was going to say that in here, and I was going to say I hadn't looked at it because I didn't want to be confronted with my marks. Do you have this? Even if you have good marks, it's like you don't want to see it because you're like, what about the 3 extra points I could have get? But she emptied it, actually. She took everything out. Okay, well, here we are. The only thing that is left is my study piece for the front insertion, and the study piece for the slit, actually very on theme with the trench coats. So okay, well, and I can reuse this for future, no, it's full of hair, for future homework. That's perfect. And look who's back. Oh my god, this is so depressing because there's marks. So she writes with a, how do you call that, with a heat erasable pen, but for example here she made a mark. So I guess here, I'm sure she made this because there's no gather going all the way here. You know how hard it is to make your gather go all the way here? Well, clearly that's what she marked. There's another one exactly the same on the other side. Here we are. And here, did anyone look at gathers ever so closely? There's also something she doesn't like here. I think it's too much fabric there, something. Look at my beautiful button. The button loop is made fully by hand. Let me show you. My button loop, yes, that is made by hand. I have a tutorial on how to make this and also on how to attach, you know, the poppers here and the little hooks and eyes. I mean, when am I going to wear this? This weighs an absolute ton. I'm pretty happy with it. I think now that time has passed, summer has passed, I'm feeling better. But at the same time, they made us not finish the seam here to avoid, and so is the seam finished on the gathers? Can't even remember. So here it's not finished, but it doesn't matter because it's a selvage and it was thought out like this. What about the gathers? Ah, yeah, it's finished. This is overlocked. Okay, but so what about this? It doesn't feel really good to have this unfinished. I feel like if I wear it, I mean, am I going to wear it realistically? If I were to wear it, maybe I should finish that seam. The underskirt finally came back. So I had my first day at school and I almost quit. I almost quit school on my first day. I will not start with the story here. I've shared the story on my Discord. Thank you for all the Discord members. Otherwise, just random story. But if you work with people, if you are, I wouldn't say customer facing, but if you have clients and you need to ask information of your clients, something to think of. I was at a admin tax meeting today, and the person asked if I was married. So I said, yes, I'm married. And then they asked, blah, 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 what about your husband? And it's like, I never said I had a husband. I said I was married. And just kind of, I feel like if you're on this channel, you're probably already aware of this, but it is important to use neutral words like partner, because it's awkward. And like, I didn't correct the person and he went on about husband, and my husband this and my husband that, but it's weird. And it would make me feel more included if you had just said your partner. So in French, you say partenaire is, it's not a gender neutral because we don't have gender neutral in French, but partenaire is the same in feminine and masculine. So you can say votre partenaire, and you know, we don't have to specify if it's a man or woman. And I don't know, I feel like it's so easy to do that. And why I say my husband, when I grabbed my notebook here after the summer, can you see here how clearly it spent all summer on my pile with something on top, and the sun has bleached this part that was on the other side, because this is slightly yellow, and here the yellow has left here because I left it in the sun all summer. Oopsie, it's fine. Oh, what I'm here, let me show you. So I got presents for friends for school, as you know. And on the first day, it was kind of cute because I brought the presents for them, but I also got presents. Look, I got a Feeling Gorgeous, how do you say that? Feeling Gorgeous corgi pen. And I got a Hip Hippo Hooray Hippo pen. And those are actually heat erasable, so you can also use them for your sewing, which is kind of brilliant. So, and I feel like it doesn't show on camera, but it is quite a lilac blue, this one. It's a very Noémie type of color. Yeah, it's a lot more blue on camera, but I promise you it's pretty lilac, so fits my vibe perfectly. So very cute, starting the year with little presents from my friends. And it's now the second time I go to the swimming pool with this bag, and it's absolutely perfect. It's really, I've designed it so that it would work specifically in my pool with the need I have going to the pool I go to, and it's brilliant. Hello, I think we are about a week later than the last time I spoke to you, and gosh, September is rough. And I don't know if it's a curse or blessing, but I forget things, like anything kind of negative, I forget. I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad and stuff. But I do happen to journal, and I was like, oh my God, it's so hard this year. Like normally September's fun. And looking at my journal, I'm like, no, it looks like I struggle every year in September. So maybe as I'm aging, or maybe I always had it and always forgot, totally possible. But I think, yeah, the change of season and the darkness that comes in September, like today is really, really like gray and gloomy. Maybe it's getting to me more than I realized, or like every time I'm like, love it. Like in theory, I love it. And even this year, I'm like, there's the part of me that's like, it's September, I love September. And then the part of me that's like, it's so hard. It's just like motivation is so low. It's abysmal. I really don't want to do any sewing, and I really need to crack on for Kinky Boots. There's so much to do. Next week, I have one of my drag queens. Well, they're a drag king, but for the show, they're playing a drag queen. And they are coming to work on the costume they wear for the final song. And it's basically going to be like a sewing bee transformation challenge, because we ordered something online, but that's absolutely not the right size. And so it's going to be transform this ill-fitting costume into a beautiful finale-worthy costume. I have quite a few polyester dresses that have a lot of yardage into the dress and that I can cut into. So it's going to be interesting to see what I can do with that. I'm totally undecided yet if this transformation, for example, goes into this vlog, or if I have a separate Kinky Boot vlog somehow. Still need to decide on that. But otherwise, so that's in the future. But like, I haven't done any sewing. It's absolutely terrible. But today it's Sunday, and I'm going to try to kind of like start the day with the chores, so cleaning the house and all that jazz, and then to have the afternoon. I should also go for a run, but oh my God, should probably try to go for a run at some point. But then I'm gonna try to sew in the afternoon and to get some stuff done. And otherwise, rough plan to get out of this motivation slump. That's not only for sewing, it's just like also getting up in the morning is hard. I'm kind of thinking maybe to start with a morning workout, but not a workout, but like one of those 7 minutes workout. I also really need to do my physio exercise more. It's like, is that only me? Like, if you have physio exercises to do, how do you keep the motivation once it's September? I don't know. So I'm thinking, I'm like telling you so that I feel obliged to do it. But I think I'm going to try to do a morning workout next week and to see if that helps kind of like start the day in a more like not optimistic, but productive, I don't know, in a more like let's go and seize the day type of mood. So I'm going to try that. Let's start with the cleaning and then see where we go from there. I'm busy organizing. Did I start cleaning? No, everything's good to procrastinate, but it's fine. I have the fold line. So the fold line's new pattern roundup video of the week. And after the procrastination I'm doing now, it's always what we say, I promise I start cleaning, I put the fold line on and I clean, can do this. And after the fold line, if you want to know everything, there's a new Sostine video that's out. So she makes the Felicity Merriman's birthday dress. Can't wait to watch that. I love Sostine. And Sydney Graham has a tutorial on how to patchwork anything. And I love Sydney Graham too. So I'm doing my content calendar. My content calendar is, I wanted to say stressful. I don't want to communicate stress. It's just that I'm trying to limit how many Friday videos I have. I think I've talked about this quite a few times. I'm like, I don't want to do a video every Friday. But the vlogs are on a Friday and then my tutorials are on a Friday and there's so much. I want to do too much, which is the problem of my entire life. All until the end of December is kind of full and we are full until, oh my God, oh, it keeps going. I have one spot on the 30th of March. So I'm literally full until the end of March. But then the next two videos are also, so like I have one spot late of March and then I have everything full again until mid-April. And then it's actually properly open after that. So every time I have a video come up, I need to kind of like shuffle. That's how I have stuff planned for in so long, is that every time I have something that I want to put in, everything has to be pushed down afterwards. It's like, I mean, look, some people struggle with not knowing what to do and not having enough ideas. And I am pretty lucky that it's never been a problem for me. My question is, the reason why I came was not to tell you about the fact that my calendar is full until mid-April. It was to ask, how much kinky boots do you guys want to see? And what do you guys want to see? Because at the moment, it's not very interesting to see because I'm going into the theater. I'm going into the costume room, which is a little attic space that doesn't have any natural light and that is surrounded with costumes, and then people come and like try things on and stuff. Like, I can't film any of that. It's also not like super interesting to film. What would you like to see? What would be of interest? And if it's nothing, it's fine, because this way I don't need to fit it in a calendar, so it's all good. Like, you don't have to be interested in something. But if there were something you were like, I'd love to see what it's like to do costume for X or whatever, it's also like, if you, I think if you hear, you know, you're probably a usual person, but so it's an amateur production, so nothing like super grand or anything. Is there anything you want to see for Kinky Boots? Let me know, this way I can kind of like keep that into my mind. And also, is that something you just want in the vlog here and that I just integrate it into the vlog, or do you want like a big Kinky Boots video? Like, any request I'm happy to take. Now we are really going to clean, I promise. Oh, tangent number 64. Can you tell I've gone to Japan? I'm like done Japanese painting. It's always following YouTube tutorials. And wait, the flowers there. Those flowers are also like cherry blossom inspired. The situation is, it's raining again It's truly those September vibes. When the sky is white, grey, off-white, it's like, it's not even like dark clouds, it's just like there's no sky. It's a vibe, but I love Belgium. I'm going to start with my shopping trolley, which broke. So one piece broken. I think I'm going to be able to just re-sew it together and manage to not buy a new trolley this time and just like kind of stitch that back in place. So I'm gonna do that first, and then afterwards I'm going to work on a pouch that I'm making out of scraps, so you'll probably see it in more details in my scrap video. Supposed to stop raining at 5, so hopefully I'll be able to walk Milo not under the rain at 5, and that would be much nicer. First, fixing this, I hope it takes 6 seconds and it's done, because I'm not loving this gross material. So normally today I had one of my artists that I'm dressing coming over, but as you can hear, I'm a little bit sick. It's nothing dramatic, but for someone who has to go on stage and sing and dance and everything, obviously I didn't want to risk their voice, so because I'm kind of congested. To be honest, it's quite a relief not to have them coming today, because we were thinking maybe if I wear a mask and stuff, but when you're already congested, wearing a mask, I find it even harder to breathe, and I'm just not feeling at my best. So I think it's easier if we postpone. So no creation for me today, and I won't talk too much about this, but I also had pretty upsetting family news coming my way yesterday, which is going to impact the whole productivity and motivation for the coming potentially weeks and months. So I keep being like, I'm going to be super productive, it's going to kick off, but I mean, life has its own ways, and there are more important things in life than how much you can sew. I had started my doing sports in the morning thing yesterday, and yesterday I was very happy for it. I thought it kind of started the day on the right foot and made me feel good. But this morning I struggled to sleep due to sad news, and also due to being congested, and there was no way I was starting the day with a workout. So that was short-lived, lasted one day. I'll try to get back to it as soon as possible, because I think it is going to help me start the day positively, hopefully, you know, getting some stuff done. But yeah, it's a really weird period actually, and it just shows how multifaceted life can be, because I have some personal great news in my life right now, and I'm sharing them with you on Monday. And I also have incredibly shitty news, like as bad as it can go. So it's part of what it's like to be human. So I'm hoping to do a little bit of sewing this afternoon, still on my scrap work, and otherwise I'm knitting quite a bit. I find that knitting is quite calming and works quite well for me at the moment, so doing a lot of knitting. Oh yeah, like silly thing, you might have seen, I have a latest video that's about gender neutral patterns. This one is not gender neutral, this one is unisex patterns specifically. My first video like this was patterns that would fit a gender neutral wardrobe. And I've got my first hate in a while, which I feel like people often tell me, oh, your comments are so sweet, you have such a sweet community. And I mean, you have to remember that it's a sweet community because I delete some of the comments. I just found it absolutely crazy, because this was not such a controversial video. I'm not saying anything political. I'm not saying you should dress in a non-gender conforming way. I'm just saying those patterns are unisex, so you could dress anyone in them. It could have been a money-saving tip if you are a woman married to a man or a man married to a woman. You buy one pattern and you have your whole family covered, you know. I was like, I didn't think it was so crazy, but some people get quite fired up about those topics. Okay, I'll keep going on with my day, and don't forget to hug your loved ones often. favorites to share with us this month?
Yes. So I have been playing this month a game called Dungeons of Hinterberg, which has been on my to-buy list for a while, and it was on special. So I bought it at the end of August, I think, or like right at the end. And I have now finished it all the way once through. It's an indie game, and it's Austrian, and it's set in the Austrian Alps. And like the basic premise is that there's these magic dungeons that have opened up, and like it's become a tourist thing that people go and like, as tourists, go and fight the monsters in the dungeons and solve the puzzles. But you can also do magic when you're in the dungeons, but not in the town. And it's just a really cool game, and the mechanics are really cool because
Is it quite a small game if you've already finished it?
It's relatively short, yeah. It's not that many hours. But so it's got very cool mechanics because it's basically like every day, during the day you go to a dungeon, then in the afternoon, evening you can do something. So you can go and shop for stuff, or you can socialize with people and you get different benefits for socializing, making different relationships. And it's very nice, and it's cool. It's a very chill game that teaches you the value of relaxation. So,
ooh, I like that.
Yeah, because the story is that you're on burnout from your corporate legal job, and so you go to the Alps for like a holiday while you're on sick leave or on a break, whatever, and then it's like learning to, do
by fighting monsters in dungeons.
But there's also like a story underneath as to why the dungeons are there, why, there's some things that happen in the town that are like a bit suspicious, and then there's also like an underlying story that is quite fun, and it's really nice. So
do you have any games, if they liked X game, they would like that one, or not necessarily?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I don't know. It's got maybe you're not going to like the animation style. I don't think you don't like the animation style. You didn't like
I don't like games, so...
But it's not like a realistic game. It's animated,
cartoon.
Yeah, it's drawn like a kind of 2D cartoon. I mean, things look a bit 3D, but it's not.
It's
realistic
weird.
in any way.
It's weird because it's 2D moving like 3D.
Mm-hmm.
I found it a bit weird.
Yeah. Anyway, I can recommend if you like that sort of game. It's also not very long. It's also was on special for like I think €8. So I was like, look, even if I only play it for like 2 hours, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Something else you want to talk about?
When we got back from Japan, I also had the end of summer urge to start a new hobby, to start something new. So I went to HEMA, which is just like a cheap, what is HEMA?
Stationery,
but
beauty, clothing, gardening.
Like Target, but not as big as Target. It's a Dutch store.
Yeah.
They have all sorts. It's a bit like Target. It's a bit like a department store, but it's like a smaller department store. Anyway.
Yeah,
but it's big in the Netherlands, but here in Belgium they're less big stores, so it's a bit in between.
It's where I get all of my notebooks and kind of like stationery for school.
Anyway, that was a tangent. I went to a store and I bought the most boring notebook it could have been any store. It's just a beige note, like a cardboard notebook with blank pages, and I started a junk journal. And so junk journals can technically be made out of books or made out of catalogs or stuff that you staple together, but I bought a journal and it's basically just making collages from things that I find. So like not buying pretty papers or something, but like saving. Yeah, we don't get catalogs because we have no junk mail, but for example, we bought a frame and it had like a picture inside, and so instead of just throwing it away, I cut up the flowers and made a little collage. Yeah, who knows what it's going to become. This is a watercolor that Noémie did that was hanging on our wall and then I removed, and so I made a little collage and drew around the things. So it's just really random like things. And there's several pages that I can't show you because they have Japan things, and you haven't yet seen the haul apparently. So,
but the haul is coming really, really soon, I promise.
So that's my second favorite thing, and like many hobbies that don't involve screens, I enjoy it when I do it, but then I have to like force myself to do it because it's really hard to make yourself do something creative, but do something creative.
Am I creating the junk that goes in your journal?
Yeah, it's all
the
your stuff.
first page is the strawberry things from the strawberry snacks video you've seen. The second one is the frame. Okay, we chose a frame together.
Yeah.
That's the watercolor I did, and this is the fabrics, like Japanese fabrics I bought, and it's the scraps from what I've made already with them. So I feel like I'm participating in the journal. I'm creating junk and you're journaling.
Yeah.
I'm extremely jealous of Francesca's junk journal. I really wanted one. It's a type of trend. I see that and I'm like, it's just the type of thing that appeals to me, but I am hobbied out, is that what you say? Like I have too many hobbies as it is.
Yeah.
So I have decided that I would not get one and that I would live vicariously?
Yeah.
Vicariously through you and the enjoyment of your journal. So that's why I'm like, Francesca, don't forget to do your journal.
And the last thing.
Oh, there's a last thing.
Yeah.
What is the last thing?
The last thing is that I play some very, very casual Dungeons and Dragons, so D&D with some friends, and it's pre-summer now. It's quite a while ago actually, but I bought some dice. Firstly, D&D has been really fun, but we don't do it that often. But we had a session this month.
She's saying we. I'm
Noémie
not
doesn't
in
do
the
it,
we.
but we,
I'm not
the
in
friends,
the
don't do it that often because it's difficult to find time with schedules. One of the couples is also about to have a baby in November, so it's going to get even worse. So we're hoping to finish this. I think we have one more session before we will have finished like this quest line. And so...
Are you going to have finished it?
I think we will have finished this dungeon. So hopefully we do that. But I did buy some dice finally, because we've just been using dice from the Dungeon Master. Has many
Why is this
dice.
one triangular?
So, because they all have different sides. That's a D4.
Oh, okay.
And I am normally someone who loves colours, so I was like, oh, I'm so excited to choose really colourful dice. And then I went to the store and the ones I liked looked like ice cubes. So funnily enough, I bought the most... They're not boring, they're actually very cool because they're so transparent. So that's my thing. And I have been rolling better because I'm like the warrior is the group, so it's my job to hit the creatures hard and kill them. I infamously would always like swing and miss and never actually land any hits because I would roll so low every time. So, but I feel like I'm rolling better since I have my own dice.
I'm sure the dice help.
Yeah.
Is that all your favorite? Thank you so much. I'm just going to keep you to end the video because we're going to end the video here.
One more favorite.
Oh my god!
This shirt, which I bought because I forgot to take a jumper because I forgot that it's cold. Sometimes after our time in Japan, I was
It
like,
was so warm.
I mean, it's warm all the time. You don't need to take a jumper, and I didn't take a jumper, and I stayed over at the university where I work, where I was like having to sleep there. It was really cold, and so I bought a corduroy shirt, and I really love it. It's like mini cord. That's
yeah.
Cool, right?
Is anyone okay? I know that many of you also sew for your partners. When they do that, do they come home and you say, "I could have made this for you. I could definitely have
made this for you." But it was secondhand, so it's I bought it from a thrift store. It's like it's a men's shirt. It's just like they had a whole section, and I really liked the color. So
you're allowed to buy clothes. It's just every time I'm like, could make this for you.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That's all.
This month we are thanking Lena, who has been tipping me a coffee monthly for a year. Pulling faces. No, but like, can you really like?
Yeah, it's
can
a
you
long
imagine?
time.
It's like
It's a lot of coffee.
Yeah, don't drink coffee.
No.
Thank you for all the matcha, Lena. It's been so appreciated, and like I still remember the first time because she left a message and everything. The first time she just tipped me a coffee, and then the second month she said, "I'm going to make it monthly." And I just remember that like it was yesterday, and it's been a year, which makes me feel old. Thank you, Lena.
Thanks, Lena.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys for watching this video, for hanging out with us, and let's
remember, you can make anything.
You can make anything. Bye.